Hi everyone, my name is Michael Diaz and I will be your facilitator for today's Building Your Own Personal Website Using AI module and activity. I'm really excited today because you all will have the opportunity to complete this personal activity where you'll be able to create your own portfolio website, including showcasing your resume, experiences, all from scratch using AI. And we're going to be using the platform Wix, which I'm not sure some of you might have created a website before with Wix, but now that the AI trend is here, Wix has really strived to incorporate more AI features that make it user friendly and really accessible to create AI powered websites from scratch. And so, really excited for you all to create your own websites and portfolios, especially considering that this is becoming increasingly more important and prevalent in today's job market. But before we get started with the activity, I want to provide a quick structure for how this video is going to flow. So first, I'm going to begin by sharing more of an introduction with Wix, outlining what are those key AI features that we will be utilizing today. I'm going to share a little more about how we can benefit from using a website like Wix, why we should strive to incorporate some of these AI tools to help build our portfolios. Talk a little more about how co-intelligence is related to this platform, to Wix. And then, of course, go over some of the strengths and limitations for using Wix. Next, I'm going to move on to showing my own personal website that I created using Wix, just to show you what your final product should look like. Because at the end of this activity, in order to gain credit, you're going to have to publish your site and copy and paste your web link onto our Canvas platform to gain that credit. After I show what the final product should look like, I'm going to go through a detailed walkthrough step by step so you know exactly how to complete this mini activity using your own resume, your own experiences, and it will be just a meaningful experience. Now, I will say we do provide a sample resume and sample descriptions for you to create this Wix portfolio just to get a feel for how it works. But we definitely encourage and recommend that you incorporate your own resume and you strive away from that example to make this activity much more personalized and so that you have that portfolio and that website already complete that you can take with you for the future and beyond. Okay, so after that step-by-step guide, where I kind of guide you throughout the entire activity, I'm going to close by sharing how you can submit your assignment for credit. Like I mentioned already, it's just going to entail that you publish your website, copy and paste that web link onto our Canvas course. So without further ado, and with that all being said, let's get started with learning a little more about Wix and moving forward to our introduction for today's module and activity. Okay, great. So we're now in the introduction to our module here, building your personal website with AI. And so as you can see, I'm navigated to our Canvas course where we are under this module. And I first want to learn a little more about Wix and tell you a little more about it. So Wix is an AI-powered website builder. It's a sandbox, so users go on this site to create their own websites, portfolios from scratch. And something that's really valuable about Wix is it takes away the need to be an expert in coding or web design. Really, you don't need to have any experience in those fields to create a perfect and personalized website and portfolio. So in this activity, a little more about what we will cover today is one, designing your first personal or project website, maybe second if you've already created one, using AI to edit and customize your profile content, adding your own personal resumes and any videos, maybe say you completed a boot camp with us before and you have some of those media that you can incorporate. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're walking away with a polished and professional looking site. And it's another reason why we encourage you all to use your own personal resumes and experience. So at the end of the day, you can already have that in your portfolio and you're ready to go. So why use AI for a personal website? Well, it becomes more efficient, obviously, to create a personal website. And when you're applying for jobs, especially if you have um, this job that you need to tailor your website to, or you have this other job that you kind of need to tailor it to those specific skills, it allows you to create all of these different kinds of websites and portfolios to meet those kinds of specific jobs that you want to apply for in the future. But a strong digital presence here is becoming just as important as a resume. And so a lot of the times you'll see some employers requesting a portfolio. I know a lot of marketing roles ask for a portfolio just so they get a feel of your previous work and experience. And also, recently the job market is just very competitive, and so a lot of candidates have opted to also additionally providing their potential employers with a website or portfolio to make them stand out. And so that's something that we want to really hone in on today is how can we storytell, use digital media to reflect our own authentic stories, our goals, and our skills, and really in general generate meaningful content, right? Now, when we talk about AI, we've talked about this notion of co-intelligence and how does this fit within WIX? So with WIX, it's a co-intelligence process for sure. You bring your own experiences, you bring your resume you've drafted. AI really here is just helping you to organize and format and polish your website so that you're ready to go. So obviously you stay in charge of what that story is that you are telling, the sections that you're adding. AI is really your creative assistant. It does a lot of the busy work here. And so what we'll use Wix for, right, is personal branding, storytelling, using AI to iterate, redesign. Some of the strengths here, like I mentioned, you don't have to have design or coding experience. These sites look professional and can be published for free. That's really good. And really easy to use user-friendly AI features that we're going to look at. So generating sections, editing, writing, and changing themes. Limitations, you might have to hit a paywall later to unlock all customization, but overall, we don't need to pay to get started. So with that being said, I'm gonna now transition to showing you what a final product should look like and sharing my own personal website that I quickly drafted. So let's go ahead and move on there. Okay, awesome. So as you can see here, I've now logged into my Wix account and I'm here presenting my final product. And just for reference, this is a very rough draft, right? I spent like 5 minutes creating this final product, but this is more or less what yours will look like as well, depending on the specific theme that you choose for your website to look like. So this is mine. And as you can see here, I have my introductory phase here where I have my About Me page. And I actually want to back out a little bit. So let's look at the overall website. So here is the top navigation bar. As you can see, this is how you can tell because there's all of these different tabs here on the top right. So there's an About Me section, there's a section for my resume, there's a section for my projects, and there's a section for my contact information. The way that you can navigate through each of these tabs and edit them is on this top left where it says page. So I'm currently on the About Me. If I wanted to say work on my resume or navigate on my resume to show you, I'll click resume here and I only edited one of these cards. So as you can see, I have my current role on here. Of course, you can go ahead and finish adding each of your experiences here or using AI, which we will look a little further more into in this video. So this is what your final product should look like once you've tailored everything to your specific experience or use the example that we provided. We will publish by clicking this top right button. Mine is already published, But once you publish it, that's where it's gonna present you with a copy link to copy and paste to earn credit for this activity. So this is more or less what the final product will look like. Of course, I still need to add a few sections like my projects and the contact. But this is what you can kind of expect your website to look like. And again, it's not that polished. I spent like 5 minutes on it. So yours will look a lot better than mine. And I'm really excited for you all to get started on using this activity as an opportunity to generate a portfolio and website. Honestly, I don't have one currently, but I've always wanted to um, really just lay out all of my experience and my previous projects on one central place. And after discovering Wix, like I definitely want to sit down and like finally get it done. So if you use this activity for that time, I think it's really going to suit you well and prepare you for the future with whatever job or opportunity you're going to apply to next. Um, Perfect. So that's what you can expect the final product to look like, more or less. Now let's go ahead and move on to the step-by-step walkthrough on how to complete this activity for yourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get started with a step-by-step walkthrough on how to build your first or second website with Wix. So the first step is to navigate to the Wix website. So I've included the website link here under step one. So we'll go ahead and click on this link, which will bring you to this new window. Once you're on this window, we're going to navigate to the Get Started button on the top right. So let's go ahead and click that. And here's where you have the opportunity to sign up and create an account. So I'm just going to do this step with you so we're all on the same page. Choose a password. And then click sign up. Continue with Google to log in. Okay. Let me do a different account. All right, so I'm gonna figure this account setup up, but please take the time to um, create an account and sign up with Wix, and return to this video once that's complete. Okay, perfect. So you all should have created an account and set up a login with Wix. I've after selecting Get Started, I logged in and I'm now on this screen. So the next step in this activity is once you're met with this screen and it asks you what website you are creating this for, we're going to select myself. So let's go ahead and do that here. So for myself, continue, and then you'll be sent to this screen. So bring your ideas to life with AI. Let's look at our step-by-step guide here. So when asked if we want to use AI chat, we're going to select setup without AI chat. We're going to be using AI a little later in this activity. So we're going to click on setup without chat. Cool. So I'm going to give you some time to just catch up to where I am now. You should be at this screen where it asks you what type of website do you want to create. So please return to this video once you're on this screen. Okay, perfect. So you all should be on the screen. I'm going to go back to our step-by-step guide, which tells us that once we're at this screen, we are going to skip through skip through the various pop-up screens where it asks what type of website you want to create, naming your website, and connecting a domain. we're going to add those later. So what we're going to do is we're going to select skip on the bottom right here. Skip through this one. It says it's preparing our dashboard. And here we are. So this pop-up is going to come up. We're going to go ahead and select skip again. We're going to rename our website later. And it's going to ask what goals are for this website. You can go ahead and skip this as well. Skip this as well. And we're all set. So let's continue back to our dashboard. Alright, so you all should be here at the welcome to your dashboard screen. I'm going to give you the chance to catch up and just skip through those pop-up windows and meet me back here on the dashboard. So please return to this video once you've done so. Okay, perfect. So you all should be here at this screen now. The next step in our activity is going to be clicking on designing your website. So if you see this box here, we're going to go ahead and click this. And it's going to ask us this question. Let's look back to our step-by-step guide here. So we're going to click design your website and pick a template. We're going to search for a student portfolio. So we're going to click here. Once we're on the screen where it asks us how would you like to design your website, we're going to select on pick a template. And there's a search bar where we will be able to look up what kind of template we're looking for. So again, we're looking for a student portfolio. So we're just going to type this onto the search bar here and click search. And here is where we'll be met with a bunch of different varieties of websites that we can choose from. So like previously I used this one for my own. Let's say maybe you want a cooler looking theme, maybe something like this. Once you've decided what website theme or design you want to use, you'll go ahead and select edit here. So let's say I want to use this one. I like this one. I'm going to click edit here. It's preparing our website that is just an outline, right? It's a skeleton that we're going to go in now and edit to personalize it to us and our experiences and resumes. So I'm just going to wait a few more seconds. All right, it seems like our outline of our website is ready to go. As you can see on the left side of the menu bar is where you can find all of these different tools. The best one I think is the AI tools, and it's also the one we'll be using the most here. So go ahead and please select pick a template, search for student portfolio designs, and select which one that you are going to be using to generate your own personal websites and portfolios. And please return to this video once you've determined which design you're going to use and are now on this screen of your own design. So I'll give you some time to do that, and please meet me back here in this video once that is complete. Okay, perfect. So you all should have completed your setup and are now looking on your rough draft website design that you selected. So I'm going to go look back on our step-by-step guide here. So we're on step 3 now. So we're going to explore the AI tools icon on the bottom left of this screen. So let me make sure that you all can see. There we go. So let's go ahead and click this bottom AI tools button here. And what this is going to bring up is a bunch of different tools and features that we can explore. So the first one that we want to explore is the redesign your site theme, which is going to allow us to explore site colors and fonts to make any changes that reflect our own creative style. So let's go ahead and select redesign your site theme on the bottom here. Cool. And so it provides a theme assistant. So we can ask it if we want to change colors, suggest fonts. So let's go ahead and try changing colors. So once I click that, I'm asking the assistant, how do I change the colors? So it says to change the colors across your site, you have a few options. You can use site colors from your logo, featured colors, and whatnot. So let's say I want to explore featured colors. And then this will very quickly pop up. Let's say I want different colors, so maybe I want more of a neutral tone. Let's see what's neutral here. Maybe something like this. Very neutral colors. This is cool, but it doesn't really match the icon that it has here. Maybe I need something a little more blue. That's the one we just had. What about something like this? Ooh, this looks cool. All right, so I'm going to choose this one. Now you can also use this to explore suggested fonts like we mentioned. So suggest fonts for me to use. See what it comes up with. So I'm going to say have a student portfolio. Okay, so it suggested a few fonts. Heading font Montserrat, paragraph font Open Sans. Would you like me to open the panel for you to apply these font selections? Yes. All right, so it's going to open the font menu for us so we can see what we're currently using. So I know for the heading font, sorry about that. Let's go back to the AI tools. Let me bring this back right quick. Okay, so we've opened up the font menu again. So it suggested, I believe, Montserrat for the heading font. So let's go ahead and see if we can find that. I trust this agent with its suggestions. Okay, so Montserrat. Oh, perfect. It's right here. Okay. So the heading is good to go. I forget what it said before, but it says here Lotto is another one that it likes. Let's look up Lotto. Lotto Light. You can see it's already making those changes based on the fonts that I selected. So that's really cool. And that's one of the first two features that we can see if we're going back to the introduction. So we tried the redesign your site theme. We're also going to now check out the get new text for your whole page. So that is going to be found in the AI tools feature again. Okay, perfect. So back here again. So let's go ahead and click on this button again. AI tools. Okay, so we're gonna click on this. So get new text for your whole page. What this is going to be able to allow us to do is use AI to replace the text on this page based off of what we want to explain. So let's see. If you're using this example that we provide, we're gonna paste the prompt of highlighting my story as Tom Holland. So I'm going to copy and paste this. Again, if you want to personalize this activity, please add a brief description of yourself to include on your new website. But essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to describe what we want the text to say. So we're going to paste this description here of Tom Holland. We're going to select the tone of voice we want. Let's say we want professional. And then we're going to click generate. Again, if you want to use this portfolio for yourself to have it ready to go, add a description of yourself, something similar to a LinkedIn profile bio. But let's go ahead and click generate. Cool. Again, this is for the about me. So this is a good description of Tom Holland, the college student. Cool. So as you can see, it took the prompt that I provided and it kind of ran with it. Over here on this description, it shares that I'm a college student with a passion for teaching. I'm dedicated to gaining the knowledge and the skills necessary to inspire and lead future leaders. So I think obviously there's some editing that we can do maybe on this title, right? Maybe I just want this to be my name, so I'll just delete that. But either way, from a simple prompt, you can see how AI really expands on what you're trying to convey and just makes it overall more efficient in completing a portfolio like this. Cool. So that was the next feature we wanted to explore. The third is we're going to create a full section in seconds. So we're going to go and navigate to the AI tools once again, and we're going to click on this feature, create a full section in seconds. What this is going to allow us to do is to generate a ready to use section that will fit seamlessly into our website. So let's go ahead and click this. Now let's say we want a section type about services. What are the services that we provide as a college student who is an aspiring teacher? Now, again, if you're using the profile example of Tom Holland, you can copy and paste this description of the services that you provide into this website. If you are using your own resume and you want to tailor this activity to your own experience, feel free to add a prompt that reflects your own services, whether that's like the skills you provide, a business you've started, and some of the strengths that you bring to the table. So we're going to just quickly copy and paste this description onto the text that we want, and we're going to click generate. And it's going to generate a few service sections that we want to include. So based off the design that you like, based off of your creative style, let's say I like this one, right? There's different options. So I'm just going to just drag and drop this services section where I think it is best. So I'm going to actually drop it on the bottom here. Cool. And so now you can see my services section is right after my resume. So I have tutoring, right? All the different services I provide, mentorship, learning, support, and success. Great. So I want to give you all the time to catch up to where I am now. Um, and and I want you to explore these three features that we just explored using the AI tool. So please go ahead and work on exploring the redesign your site theme feature, the get new text for your whole page feature, and the create a full section in seconds feature. And please return to this video once that is complete, and we will go ahead and begin the step 4, which is adding your own resume to your website. All right, so you all should have taken the time now to explore a few of the AI tool features that we just covered in this video. And now we're ready to step into step 4, which is adding your own resume into your new website. So step 4 is going to involve clicking the Pages drop-down menu on the top left. So it's going to involve clicking on this drop-down menu and selecting Manage Pages. We're going to then click on Resume. Now, what we're going to do is practice copy and pasting your own resume onto your new website. Okay, so once you're on this resume page, what we're going to do is click on these three dots on the right side of your resume box, and we're going to go ahead and click on Change Link. And if you have your own resume, feel free to upload it. What we're going to do is we're going to click on Document here, and it's going to allow us to choose a file locally to our laptop. If you are using the sample example that we provided for this activity on Tom Holland, his resume is found here in this hyperlink, so you can just go ahead and click it and download this resume so that you can upload it to your website here. So I'm going to go ahead and click Choose File just so that I can upload Tom Holland's resume from my computer since I've recently downloaded it. Gonna bring me here and sample resume for activity. Perfect. So it has the resume here. Let's add that to our page. Click Done. And now we can go ahead and check out the resume page. Let's see. Cool. So it shows here some of the experiences in Tom Holland's resume. And yours is going to be much more elaborated. Here, as you can see, I have my educational experience for Tom Holland. As you can see, it's tailored. Of course, yours is going to be much more detailed, but that's the resume upload feature that we're providing for you all. And lastly, I want to share as we close how you can upload your website to gain credit for completing this activity. So let's say we've finished polishing our website, we've uploaded our resume, and things are looking very polished. Of course, we have a lot more work to do on this website, but depending on your experience or the example that you provide, let's say you're happy with how it looks like, that is all polished. What we're going to do next is publish our website, and that's going to involve selecting the Publish button on the top right of your screen. So let's go ahead and click that together. Okay, so you all should be here now on publishing your website. So let's go ahead and save and continue so we can publish. And it's going to take a few seconds, but it says our website is saved. Let's go ahead and click Done. And congratulations, your site is published and live online. So what we're going to do now to get our link so that we can submit the link to earn credit for this activity is we're going to click on View Site. So it's going to take us to our own website. So this is what it looks like now for a final draft. Of course, there's a lot more work that needs to be done, but for simplicity purposes, I'm just going to copy and paste this link, and where you're going to turn it in is on the Canvas website. So if you navigate to Modules, you will go to the Website and Portfolio Creation module and select the Share Your Website and Tips for Digital Storytelling. Now, to gain credit for completing this website activity, you're going to just simply respond to this discussion board, and in your post include a little more about the story or skills that you highlighted in your website, how AI enhanced the process of creating a digital portfolio, any tips for those who strive to create their own student portfolios in the future, and of course, your new Wix website link. Now, with that being said, I just want to thank you all for completing this activity with me. I hope you've had a lot of fun. For those who personalize this activity, congratulations for having now a working website and portfolio that you can go ahead and share in the future when you apply to a variety of different opportunities. I think Wix is just a really cool platform that's really integrated AI in a meaningful way. And thank you all.